Hey folks, it's time to deal with Saito Toshimitsu yet again. This chump over here, which I'm sure all of you love. So this time I'm going to kind of show you how you can interact with enemies like him so that you can deal with human opponents a little more fluidly. This time I am in Dream of the Nioh. I am on level sync. If you want to see my stats, it's 99 all stats, B toughness, yada yada. It's my usual setup. I will be using Sword and Split Staff as I am the most comfortable with it. And just for quality of life, I'm going to be using Distraction Talisman and Rejuvenation Talisman because I just want to get a lot of life back, just so I can do this a little bit more casually. So the thing with Saito Toshimitsu, as you guys may recall from the last video, is that he's remarkably fast. He will buff up. I like to use this as an opportunity to punish him, but as you guys may recall, it can be very frustrating to deal with him if you even let him have an inch. I can talk about his moveset really briefly, but I'll probably die in the process. But I guess I'll do that first. So I'll just focus on trying to survive as opposed to killing him. A lot of his moves are really fast, so if you try to parry them, a lot of them you can, it can be very troublesome. That attack string right there is one you can definitely parry, because they're all considered normal attacks by the game. But when he goes for rapid hits, it can be very frustrating. So my advice, if you really want to learn him, is to first just focus on trying to dodge him. Don't even try to be offensive. If you can survive him, it makes the battle that much easier. There is a rhythm to him that eventually I will try to cover in this video. But for the most part, your focus should be trying to deal with just not getting hit by his abilities, which is easier said than done, because look at all the stuff that he throws out, all the stuff that he spams. But in all honesty, the magic is the least frustrating bit whatsoever, because as you can see, the Shikigami stays in place. A lot of the projectiles you can avoid, but his melee prowess is pretty much I would say almost second to none, because he's so fast, and a lot of the attacks that he does definitely makes him worthy of being called a boss. And I understand many people might say, hey, he's cheating, he's unfair, but he's a boss. But let's just go through a lot of these moves. A lot of this Nioh stuff, you can actually just get pretty close to him. You've got to try to make sure not to get hit whenever possible. But let's see what he's got. He likes to do a lot of mix-ups with his attacks. Sometimes he'll even pause, sometimes he'll just do active skills like Twin Moons there. So it's just important to really just get used to what his Phase 1 moves are. Phase 2 things changed a little bit, and in my opinion Phase 2 is a little easier than Phase 1. Simply because in Phase 1 he doesn't do any burst attacks. And on Dream of the Nioh, even though the burst attacks are crazy in terms of requiring you to be super on point and know this boss in and out, I find that if you do know it, it basically kind of nullifies the entire difficulty of the fight. But in any case, enough ramble. There's Twin Moons. Low stance strong into a mix-up. Sometimes he just does low stance strong. That move, Devastating Rush, you need to be very careful of. I have yet never seen anyone parry it. You basically want to avoid it at all costs. But if you do get hit by it, you can always just use a yokai ability of sorts to kind of help you cancel things out. The buffs that you have for the time being basically makes it so that if he key pulses, he will interrupt you. And then he has Gust Talisman, which will reflect projectiles. But not to worry. You can just, if you're using, say, hatchets, just do Advancing Storm twice, the buff goes away. Let's see what he's got. More Nioh magic spam. Try to stick close to him. That's my general advice. Cuckoo's Call is probably one of the attacks that you will need to worry about the most, simply because if you are throwing out an onslaught of pressure, because of the way Cuckoo's Call works, it will basically stop you altogether for a brief moment and can feel very frustrating. But yeah, he has basically a Dachi moveset that's a lot faster with mix-ups involving magic. Parry is great. The Imperative Strike, as you can see, is quite devastating. So you gotta, in my opinion, I would dodge clockwise. As soon as you see him rev it up, dodge clockwise. So you can parry that, because it's very telegraphed overall. With that, dodge away or use the yokai ability. Alright, buffs, right? Good moment to start going in. But the pattern that I've noticed with him is that he does tend to dodge after every few attacks. So let's see if I can quantify it for you. Alright, Imperative Strike. Let's see what we got. I'll try to do it with sword hits so it's much more clear cut. Yeah. Chill out, buddy. Alright, what do we got? Alright. I find that he avoids the third hit of Kuruma's Sword Dance. Let me just use one of these. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, so he seems to be in patterns of threes. Is that right? 1. Okay, he dodged. We got. Hey, that move sucks. That move, it's one of the few telegraphed moves that has quite a bit of a window to punish him. Alright, let's see. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he dodged the fourth hit. Alright. 1, 2. Eventually you'll learn. I think he dodges roughly every fourth attack, provided it doesn't have like a bunch of extra elements to it. Whatever, dude. Come on, get out of here. He has a huge tendency to dodge stuff. But once you start getting him low on ki, you want to keep the pressure going. So that he can't do shit. See how he dodged that? It was Daedra, and then the third hit of Severing Spin he avoided. Come on, buddy. Oh, nice. That was Lucky Swallowing. The fourth hit seems to be dodging it. 1, 2. Cuckoo's Call sucks. Avoided all that. Thanks, buddy. I'll probably die. That's not a big deal. But he has a blocking habit, which you can definitely punish, provided your ki management is pretty good and you know what moves do a lot of break and stuff like that. I'm actually having a little trouble right now, as you can see. And Cuckoo's Call! You suck. That move sucks too. And that's really fast, really difficult to parry. Yeah, and I'm dead. But the most important thing with Saito Toshimitsu, in my opinion, aside from being able to avoid the attacks, which is definitely very difficult, is trying to find that rhythm. So far I've hypothesized that it's roughly like 3 or 4 hits, roughly, and then he dodges away. So then what you want to do is prepare sort of a gap closer of sorts so that you can go right in. And then eventually once you get into that rhythm and you can anticipate when he's going to dodge, it's a lot easier to pressure him. So let me try that again. I'm gonna try to talk you through what I'm doing. So what's he gonna do first? Alright, magic. It's an easy interrupt. 1, 2. Alright, he's gonna dodge. Right, yep, see I expected that. Got the parry because I block spammed. Throw out yokai ability to give me a little bit of a break. Attack. Alright, see how he dodges? He dodges a lot. Cuckoo's Call. Alright, let's swap over. Let's set stuff up with a Guardian Spirit. Give myself a little break. Alright, he's gonna dodge away now, right? No, I was wrong. Oh, he did that instead. I was close though. Imperative Strike, dodge clockwise. Alright, Kuruma Sword Dance after his dodge got me all the hits. Let's do Heaven Fall. That was super lucky and not planned whatsoever. Oh, I tried to use a gap closer. It didn't work as well as I had hoped. Let's see if I can deplete that ki. Using flash attacks because they're great for that purpose. Set things up. Very nice, huh? Alright, he's buffing up. Great opportunity to go in. Let's go with the Morning Moon. Just because I know it's 3 hits. Alright, owie. Also, what helps is interrupting his attacks. Split Step's really good for that. See how I interrupted his Cuckoo's Call? Now I'm doing my usual rotation. Set things up yet again. Got a little lucky there, admittedly. If you can interrupt his attacks, which is what makes, say, weapons like Fist and Tonfa really good. Alright, come on, buddy. Oh! Alright, let's get you back up. Set up Daedra Obochi. Come on, buddy. Look how often he blocks, right? But I'm doing what I can to interrupt him and anticipate when I believe he is going to dodge. Because he's going to do that a lot. And eventually, once you get him into that state where he's just constantly dodging, you won't have nearly as much trouble with him. Alright, another Daedra setup. Let's go. Alright, so now that we're in phase 2, I need to be very wary of certain things. So he's gonna have a couple of special attacks, and they are no longer considered bursts because Nioh reasons. But there are 2 burst attacks that he's gonna have that can really trip you up. One of them is Imperative Strike into Flash Attack, which is devastating. I'm gonna try to get him to do them. I'm probably gonna die in the process. Alright, what do we got? This is now a normal attack. You can punish it as you normally would expect. Come on, buddy. Do your flash attacks. If I have to let you regenerate, I will. Oh, the dodge behavior. Alright, what do we got? Okay, then you're gonna do that. Yep. That's how you do that all the time. He also, if he does Twin Moons, he'll do a double Twin Moons. So you need to be very wary. Come on, buddy. Just want you to do it. I don't care if I die. Regular Moonlit Snow. I'll have to teach you guys how to dodge that. So even if I succeed against him, there's so much to keep track of. 1, 2. I like to dodge roll towards him. Oh, I thought he was gonna do double Twin Moons. I basically ready a burst to counter in advance. God damn it, Saito! Do what I want you to do, buddy. There you go. So I throw out Phantom early, even if I whiff it, even if he doesn't do the follow up with it, I'm still a lot safer just by doing it. So Feral or Phantom in advance. The buffs that he get really suck. Come on, buddy, what you doing? He can get 2 other buffs, which prevent him from taking damage, which sucks. Come on, buddy, do the other one. I want Imperative Strike and a Flash Attack. Nope. It gets frustrating when his Devastating Rush has that grapple involved. Alright, what do we got? And yep, you do that now. 1. Okay, you got 1. Nope. Come on, buddy. Aw, damn it. Am I gonna die? Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. And, okay. Safe time to use an elixir. Okay. I just need you to do Imperative Strike and a Flash Attack, buddy. That's all I want. Ah, that's okay. But yeah, I stopped my rhythm, and so it was difficult to get back into it. But once you get into a rhythm where he just constantly dodges and you're constantly getting familiar with dealing with him, he becomes a lot easier to manage. That's been my experience. So let's talk about that stuff again. Alright, we got the whole geyser shenanigans. Alright, now you're dodging, and now I'm constantly interrupting your attacks. Alright, you gave me some opportunity. Alright, you gonna dodge away? Yep, told you. What now, buddy? Look at that dodge away shenanigans, huh? Thank you. But yeah, I find that if you do like a yokai ability on the 3rd attack, you generally can nail it. Come on, buddy. Really, jerk? Fuku's Call, of course, sucks, but if you can do a lot of rapid hits... Oh, come on! No! I don't want to die now. Alright. Oh, I didn't die now, so that's good. Let's do Kurma Sword Dance. Catch you off guard. Keep that rhythm going, basically prevent you from doing anything. Take every risk, because why the frick not? Oh, nice try. Let's get you back to phase 2. Alright, dodge away. Yep. You'll get into once you practice him enough and get good at the pressure. Yeah, nice try, buddy. Once you practice and understand when he's gonna dodge, just kind of like on an intuitive level, it becomes a lot easier to manage him. I promise you that. But of course, being able to dodge his attacks is easier said than done, right? Let's go. Alright, let's get my anima back, and now you're in phase 2, right? Whee! Of course, having, say, corruption or purity helps a lot. Knowing which attacks to use, of course, is easier said than done. Really? Here, stay in the freaking corner. Take all that. You think I give a crap? And then, yeah, the rest is pretty much just zero key combos. Oh yeah, don't forget about Yokai Shift. Use that too. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah. Okay. So, alright. So there's Saito Toshimitsu in a nutshell. I would say, aside from, you know, I know the tall task of dodging absolutely everything, which is crazy, I think the most important thing for you to get used to when it comes to him is when he dodges away to create a gap for himself. Once you understand that there is a repetition behind it, you can punish that mercilessly, which is what I was trying to do. And then it's a lot easier to combo him and basically dictate the pace of the fight. I'm going to bring him back up again because I do want to show you the Imperative Strike and a Flash Attack, which he just didn't do, because I just got used to dictating the pace of the fight. And so that can be pretty awesome when you're allowed to be in that creative space. But yeah, if you let him dictate the pace of the fight, you're going to get destroyed. It can be very frustrating when it's like, hey, I want to create a gap, so I want to create the gaps and pressure. I want to dictate. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm basically trying to say, if you let him do things, you die. If you dictate the stuff that should happen, it wins. I tried to explain. Anyway, you want to shut him down as soon as you can, so you can prevent buffs like this. But there are workarounds. In my opinion, the worst buff of the bunch is the Shockwave Talisman, simply because he can interrupt you, and then if it can be frustrating when it's like, hey, I dodge out of an attack I want to attack, but then he key pulses and then it screws over your pressure. But yeah, you gotta develop that rhythm, and hopefully the successful attempt against Saito that develops showcase that rhythm to you. If you need to take a brief pause in between the fight, go ahead. But you're gonna deal with a bunch of Onmyo spam, and in phase 2 he has the range movement, snow attacks and stuff. So it's okay to develop that rhythm first so that you can be safe, and then keep things going from there. And don't hesitate to use your yokai abilities in order to help you set things up, because that is absolutely what you should be doing. And of course, knowing your weapons will help, and that will ultimately just take some practice. Now let's get him back into this phase. As you can see though, keeping him at low key causes him to behave in a very predictable manner. Well, in comparison otherwise. So you need to pay attention to that. Anything that enables you to move forward helps a lot. That way you don't have to worry so much about his shenanigans whatsoever. So always try to be on the advance, because he will always try to dodge. Rapidly depleting his ki is also really useful. Alright, where's the dodge? No, he didn't dodge away, I actually depleted his ki. And yeah, he'll become pretty helpless. See that? Look how little ki he has. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, dodge towards. Hey, nice ki you got, buddy. The burst attacks that he has, if you can deal with them, make it a lot easier. Alright, come on. You got. Oh! A lot of Odachi attacks. Alright, dodge away, right? Oh no, I was wrong. Dude, am I just gonna kill him again? What the heck, dude? Do a thing. Yay. Variety. Oh, nice. Oh! Alright, watch out for that. I like to dodge him clockwise. Alright, I really want him to do a thing. Dodge clockwise. The Zuno drop is pretty good for this darn reason. Alright, come on, get up. I don't want you to die this time. Come on, buddy. Okay, we got magic. Oh! See, I flashed... Sorry, I did a burst counter in anticipation of him doing the flash attack. Come on, buddy. Alright, don't get hit by that. Oh, see, I threw it out anyway, even if it was a fail. Because worst case scenario, it's a whiff. Okay, come on. Oh! The worst case scenario, he just key pulses. So you just want to throw it out in anticipation of that. Okay, what you doing? Come on. No, he didn't do it that time. So just, you want to think of them as mix-ups. A lot of his crazy attacks, think of them as mix-ups. Dude, he's not doing it! Do it, buddy! I'm literally trying to let you do your move. Alright, we got that thing going on. Oh, he didn't do it that time. Alright, what do you got? Super move. Okay. Come on, buddy. Oh, I thought he was gonna do it. I was wrong. But see, just doing the burst attack, burst counter in anticipation, there's no downside really to it. Just a little bit of a delay. But it's better than dying, right? 1, 2, dodge towards. I like to do a high stance roll for greater distance and iframes and stuff like that. Come on, man! Cooperate! See how I did it there? Same timing as before. Alright, what you got? Come on! What do you got? 1, 2, dodge roll. It's what I find to be easier. Oh, and oh! No, he didn't do the thing. So I would just do it preemptively anyway. Alright, buddy. Thank you, Magatsu, for doing the things. Alright, what else you got? Did it anyway. Don't care. He'll just sometimes do it without a care in the world. It's better to be safe, right? Goku's call sucks. That is the easiest thing to parry because you have the most amount of time. What you got? Twin Moons, yeah. I did it anyway. You see him do that? Parry, just go for the burst counter anyway. Do not recommend Brute for that, personally. I use Phantom. You can use Feral too. But it's your call. You can probably do Brute if you can get away with it, the damage-wise, but I wouldn't advise it unless you were that confident. Here you can see his moves and how I'm trying to dodge it. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the last buff. So he has an attack buff and a protection buff. Now he has all the buffs. So it just makes him more frustrating, but in my opinion, the Shockwave Talisman is absolutely the worst. Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you. The dodge, that's how I dodge forward. Alright, I need him to do the poke. Straight up poke. Oh, he didn't do it. He has a follow-up to that now. Oh, mistimed that, but imagine if I hadn't done it. I would have been boned. Owie. Come on. The buffs do evaporate. But, yeah, they kind of suck. Easiest thing to parry. Alright, I just need him to do the poke. Come on, do pokey. Nope. Not that. Definitely not that. Oh, dude. Do the thing. I don't want to be here any longer, man. Do it anyway. It doesn't matter. It's better to be safe than sorry. Alright, here. No, what? Really? Come on, you have a follow-up to that, don't you? Okay, maybe not. Are you gonna do it, buddy? 1, 2, dodge roll. That's how I find it to be the easiest. Alright, I really can't attack him anymore. La 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 la. Come on, what you doing? There we go, do it! Why didn't you do it? There you go. You need to be very careful of that move. So dodge back, use the yokai ability. Be absolutely safe. Now let's kill this guy. You got. Let's do it in a cool way. Come on, cool way. Come on, cool way. There we go. Gotta avoid that. Alright, we done here? I think we're done here. No, you don't want to be done. Well, you're done. Time for you to retire. Is my inventory full? I don't even know. But in any case, hopefully that was a bit more educational about how to really deal with Saito Toshimitsu in a way that makes you feel like you're the one in control. So as I have stated, it is, of course, tantamount that you focus less on trying to learn how to pressure him first, because that's a tricky thing. You need to learn how his moves work. So I find that in my experience, that for me anyway, dodging in a clockwise sort of fashion helps me the most avoid a lot of his attacks, because I have fairly deep knowledge about the hitboxes. But once you're comfortable avoiding most of his attacks and being able to, I would say, recover from a lot of his crazy moves in a way that allows you to get back on your feet without getting relentlessly pressured by him, then you want to work on developing that rhythm so that you know, hey, he's going to dodge away, he's going to dodge back, but guess what? I have this intuitive sense that he's going to do that. So to compensate, I will use moves that propel me forward. So hopefully you saw that in the 1 or 2 times that I did kill Saito Toshimitsu. And I was using many different chords to that effect. And of course, if you're worried about things like Gust Talisman, which would have been nice for me not to have to worry about, and let's say you're using the hatchets, just do like Advancing Storm twice. If it's even more funny when you have Yatamir, like I do, and you can bounce the projectiles back at him, but it's really not too much of a concern. I've had pretty good luck with hatchets and axe, believe it or not, against him. So it just... the most critical thing is not so much to be intimidated by his capacity to get pressured, but also to learn what his limits are. And his limit is when too much pressure happens, so I say roughly every 3-4 hits, provided there's a significant gap in between, he tends to dodge away. Like it's just a pure reflex. And so he keeps doing that, you keep punishing him, you keep catching him off guard, you keep lowering his ki, he cannot basically do anything. There are a few moves that you can parry, and the burst attacks, at least on Wise or I think Demon and Wise and Nioh, so I'll just say on the higher difficulties, they are very intimidating, but again, you can throw out a burst attack a burst counter against what you might think are going to be burst attacks, and even if nothing happens, you're still safe, as you saw in my case. So make sure you get used to that. And yeah, it is really important you develop a rhythm. I cannot state that any more clearly, because one of the best things, best strategies in Nioh in general is just developing that rhythm against certain enemies. Weapons like Tonfa and Fists have that sort of knack for helping you maintain that rhythm constantly, but the same logic applies to every weapon. And do not forget the absolute utility that you're going to have using yokai abilities. You could see how I use Magatsu Warrior fairly frequently. You can see how I used Deidara in a certain way, how I use Underworld Soldier, and all these different tools in order to keep a lot of pressure going. So you need to make sure to do that. I think maybe in some past recordings, I don't even know if I did it on this thing, I use Ippon as well, but I didn't even really rely upon it. I was much more focused on, hey, how can I have a lot of these things work together so I can kind of hit that 3-4 hit threshold that I was looking for. And this sort of ideology is going to apply just about to any humanoid boss and many, many yokai bosses. With the yokai bosses, it's a little easier to work with because they don't necessarily have the same exact tendencies, but it's still tantamount that you get used to this idea of a rhythm. In any case, I'm going to leave that here. I hope this was informative and much more indicative of the type of play that you should hopefully work towards. And what is that type? developing a rhythm. So hopefully you guys can continue to learn to develop that rhythm and kick serious butt. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. Saito Toshimitsu, you suck and you can die in a fire. Oh wait, guess what? You got destroyed several times for our viewers here. So you suck and you're dead. In any case, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.